Hello heroes, my name is Jacefiho and welcome back to PokeMMO. Now, I just had to keep playing this game, not only because it's just Fire Red, so you have to keep playing and you gotta collect them all, but there's a couple things in the game that I wanted to show to you guys because they're different. Some of it might be hard for me to show, so I'll at least talk about them and maybe show you. But besides that, I'm just going to try and jump into a couple of the things. First off, this is the nicety of the computer system. It opens up this wonderful window right here, and what this window allows you to do is, like, say you have a Pokemon in your party over here, you can just drag him over. And then he's in there. And, like, if you wanted to move him to a different thing, you just move to, and then you can move him. Like, if I wanted to move him to my crew box, I just click crew, and then boom, he's there. So that is actually really nice. If you want to move him to the party, boom, you can move him right back to the party. So that you can do a little clickage there too if you want, or not. It's all up to you. But also, this is my Defter account slash character slash, which it's the one that I'm playing as for the most part. So if you friend me on the game to like say hey to me, or like see me in the game, be like, oh hey, do you have like anything I can give you? Then I'll be like, why, I'm glad you asked, because boom! Look at all these Pokemon that I've caught that are extras! I went to the Safari Zone, and I have so many Goldines, I'm just willing to give them to you! I know it takes forever to get a water Pokemon, and I'm not going to give you an OP one. If you just start the game, I'm not going to give you, like, one of these level 25 Goldines. I'll probably give you the level 7 Mankey, just to be honest. But then you have a level 7 Mankey that you won't normally get, and maybe that'll give you the upper hand on the first gym, which I know is always very difficult to do, especially if you choose Charmander. However, in this game, Charmander does learn Dragon Rage, which is quite nice, being able to do 40 damage to Onix right away, and that kills him, which is great, because that's how I won. But either way, the other thing I want to show you is that this is the Pokedex. If you click the N key, you open up your Pokedex. And if there's a little blue boundary around it, that means that you traded it, and that's how you got it. You didn't officially catch it. So as you see here, Jigglypuff wasn't actually caught by me. My girlfriend that I play this with actually traded it to me, and that's how I got Jigglypuff. And I got Wigglytuff because I'm not going to be using Jigglypuff, so I just used the Moonstone because I had one, and why not? And then if you wanted to be like, huh, okay, Jacefiho, you know, I have... You gave me this Mankey, and I'm really curious what happens. So if you click on your Mankey, and you go to moves, now, because it's different, it's not just Fire Red's moves. As I said, like, Charmander gets Dragon Rage. That's not normal for Charmander to get Dragon Rage. And he doesn't learn Flamethrower till, like, level 47 when he's already Charizard, which is ridiculous. But if you're like, what do I want to have? Then you notice, well, your Mankey will learn Fury Swipes at level 9. Okay, so mine's only level 7, so it probably only has these first couple ones. You're like, okay, Jacefiho, what else will it learn? And then as you level it up, you'll see all these things. It can learn Swagger. I don't even know what Swagger does, but if you highlight over it, it tells you. It just sharply lowers attack, or raises attacks. So it makes something confused, but raises its attack. So, pretty much, you do something that's really quite Swagger, and the Pokemon that you're fighting is like, why did you do that? I'm going to kill you now. But either way, the other thing that I really learned about is IVs and EVs. Not EVs being like the cute, adorable Pokemon that everyone wants to have in their life, but EV, just the letter E and V. And what these do, I'll show you like an example of a bad Pokemon, even though it's just a normal Pokemon, and at first glance you're like, huh, okay, that's an okay Pokemon. I mean, it's leveled up, it's just a Noctowl. That's the other thing, there's a couple Gen 2s in here. Noctowl evolves from Hoothoot, and Hoothoot is not normally in Fire Red. Fire Red. Either way, because you can also get to H-O-E-N-N, and I'll be honest, I'm not really a Pokemon master. I don't know what that stands for. But you can get like other second-gen Pokemon there. I think it's like a different region, different island, different stuff. But you can get like Mareeps. Like if you look at the Pokedex, actually if I click off this, if you go to the Pokedex, as you notice, there's a lot of blank space after the 50-some, I think it's like 51. There's a lot more blank space here. So maybe one day you can get Zigzagoon and make all your friends jealous of you. And then you can go back to this one and destroy all the gyms with Zigzagoon. Or maybe fight the Elite Four. Although I think you have to beat the storyline first before you can progress. Either way, I'm going to show you what a bad Pokemon is, and then what people on the chat have told me is a decent Pokemon. And just ignore levels right now because the IVs at first aren't going to change. They get whatever you get, that's what you're stuck with. So if I go to this Noctowl and right-click on Summary so I can figure out everything about him, if you click on this one, this will show you your IVs. This is what happens when you catch it. It'll just be random. It's just like how it was genetically made. Like, it's genetic material. How to explain this more? Like, if someone was born and they're like that natural football player, they'll have better strength, whereas like a natural gymnast would have more flexibility. As you look at this character, actually I guess he's pretty okay. I guess I was looking at the wrong one. Was I looking at his EVs? I might have been looking at his EVs. I was looking at his EVs. That just means I haven't used this Pokemon very much. Okay, so this Pokemon actually has fantastic speed. 31 is the highest. The way it kind of goes is 30 is good, so that's 31. 30 is excellent. Like, that's a really good one. If you have a 30 or 31 score in one of your IVs, that's a really good Pokemon. 29 is good. Anything in like 10 is okay, and anything under 10 is poor. Which means you might want to catch another one of them because it's not going to do the best. So if you look at this guy, I guess this is a bad example because he has pretty high stuff. His HP is at 29, so that's actually a pretty that's a pretty good HP. His attack's a little low for a physical type Pokemon, so he can't really attack much, but he'll last more in battle. His defense is also it's a good defense. It's not like great, but it's a good defense. And then his speed's up high, so he'll pretty much be smacking things very frequently. And then the other one is his EV, again, not the actual Pokemon, his EVs, which they grow when you use them. So I guess this guy's not. For case in point of circumstances, if we said these were the IVs instead of the EVs, this would be a very bad Pokemon because everything is under 10, which means it's very poor. You add both of those numbers up here, as you can see. I don't know if my mouse is actually activated or not, but you see that attack, the defense, the special attack, the special defense, and the speed, they all add up in there, plus the Pokemon's, I think, natural. Actually, no, speed 39, 31 plus 7. Okay, so there's a little bit of flub room in there that maybe he just has a natural default speed of 1. Either way, that's kind of how it works. That's how you get those stats. So if you ever wondered, how does that Pokemon get that stat? That is how it does it. And when you just fight with them, the EVs will go up, but the IVs don't change. I was told, and this one will have high versions of both of them, that this is a very nice Sandshrew for common play. I'm assuming that common play just means the storyline and not actually like hardcore PvP, because its HP is pretty decent, its attack is pretty good, so it's like a good borderline great. It's like it's a great. There's no good way to mix the word good and great together, unless you did like a good. It's a very good stats for its attack, and everything else in there, its special defense is a little bit lower, but everything's pretty average. And then the EVs, I've been using this one so much, as you can see, it's already level 41, which is pretty high for my level right now, seeing that I haven't even conquered the gym in the Safari Zone city of whatever it's called. I'm bad at the names. I am new to the Pokemon world. I loved Pokemon when I was a kid. I had mostly the cards, but I never had the Game Boy games, so that's why I don't know much of this stuff. And maybe you guys already know about the IVs and the EVs, and you're like, Jacefiho, duh, we already knew that. And then to that I say to you, I found out something new, and that makes me happy. But either way, that's why this guy's so, like, he has 105 on his speed, and, like, everything is fantastic. So if you look at his actual stats, like, his attack and everything's, like, crazy. Because I just use him so much. And that's the way you can kind of fight the IVs, is if you use the Pokemon so much because you love it so much that you just want to keep having it and using it, then go for it. I mean, nothing's going to stop you. But either way, it's a fun, cool way to do it. But if you go into this game and message me, I'll put the links in the description again, just so you know how to do that. You go to their site, you download the emulator. You might need to find, if you have a Mac, you might have to find a different emulator. I had a friend that tried to do it, and my emulator didn't work for him. So maybe you Mac users out there, you might need to find a different emulator. I'll try and see if I can find one that works, although it'd be hard for me to test that because I don't actually have a Mac. So it's kind of wishy-washy. Just make sure you can find yourself an emulator. But either way, from there, like, message me up, friend Defter. If I'm online, which I'll probably be online roughly at times, I'll try and jump on once this video goes live. So if you just want to try and add me up. And then if you start off and you're like, hey, I want something. Or if you've been playing for a while and you're like, hey, you know, my average Pokemon level's like 25. You got anything for me? I could be like, I'm glad you asked. Here's a duo. Or like, I'm glad you asked. Or maybe if you're like, I just finished a couple of the first gyms. My Pokemon are like level 10 to 15, and I really need something that really mixes up my group. I'll be like, hey, want a Ghastly? Or like, hey, here, take this water Pokemon. Or here's a Drowsy. Or I technically have one Abra. That'll be first come, first serve. I just threw the Master Ball and let it work its magic. Oh, not the Master Ball. That would have been a very big mistake. I threw a Great Ball. I would never waste a Master Ball on an Abra. Like I might have done when I first played the game, because I was desperate. But either way, I also think a Rhyhorn in there, although Rhyhorn topples quite easily. As you can tell, I have a ton of Goldeen's. So many Goldeen's. I just kept catching them. I was like, I need to use these Safari Balls for something, so I just caught everything I saw. And I just kept throwing it, and throwing it, and throwing it. And then, before I knew it, I have, how many Goldeen's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 freaking Goldeen's. You can have them. I don't want them at all. Or if you want like a Venomoth or a Drowsy. I mean, some of these you might also want to just catch yourself, which is okay, perfectly fine. But if you just want to like have some of them already and not have to go through the wasting of the Pokeball, message me on here. Be like, hey, I'm in Name the City. I have the map now. I got the map because I've forgotten this one at first because I said that's what I always do and I did it again. But I have it now. So just tell me what city you're in. As long as it's a city I've been to before, I'll just fly there. I'll be at the PC. Pokemon Center, I'm sure you all know that. And then I'll just drop some stuff off and I'll give it to you, which will be great. This has been a very informational episode. I haven't really moved anywhere. So I'm going to try and find this. If I can't find it, then that'll just be a thing. It'll be hard to find. There's another part of this game called Hordes, which are hilarious, because your one Pokemon goes up against 3 or 5 other Pokemon. And it is scary beyond all belief. It is terrifying, but at the same time, it's so much fun. They down the levels a little bit just so you can actually fight them, because could you imagine actually fighting 5 Fearos and you have 1 electric type? Let me tell you, you die until you use your rock type. Then you win. But besides that, this has been a very informational, heavy episode, and not actually like doing stuff with it. But let me know in the comments if you want to see me do more of this, if you want me to like try and figure out more of this. Again, friend me, find me. I'll give you stuff if you want that Abra. It's, again, first come, first serve. If it's gone, I might try and capture more of them because that is high demand and it takes forever to try and catch your Abra. It's like, again, I'll try and actually catch a bunch of Dratini's because Dratini's awesome and cute and hard to catch. But either way, I hope you guys check out this game. It's really like fantastic. I love it like crazy, and I really can't wait to like get through the whole thing and like start getting into the Horn. That's how you say it? I'm not sure. And like get all this other Gen 2 stuff and finally complete my Pokedex, which will be such a great feeling. And since the game's in early alpha, they might add more stuff. You never know. Maybe they'll make it so you can go everywhere in the game, even though it's Fire Red emulator. Maybe you'll need to download other ones. I'm not sure. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And make sure you guys give a like and a subscribe.